Thanks for joining us on 2K Sports. NBA action is coming up. Alongside Doris Burke and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan. And on the sidelines, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. Hey, Dave.
Hey, Kevin. You may recall that in 2014, the Spurs played maybe the three most perfect games in finals history. With passing and three-point shooting, they vanquished the Heat and inspired a new wave. Brett Brown, who was then a Spurs assistant, said Greg Popovich had a name for it. Summertime. As in, the game's flowing, good shot's a great one, and there it is. It's summertime. Kevin?
That's a terrific story. David, thank you. Let's see what the Brooklyn Nets have coming up. On Wednesday, they'll be playing against Lou Williams and the Atlanta Hawks. And then on Monday, they'll host the New York Knicks.
You know, some might look ahead at the schedule and start marking off how many wins they'll wind up with, but I think that's a trap. You can't take any nights off in the NBA, and you've got to stay in the moment.
So the Nets starting five. Big Red out there with DeAndre Jordan. Then there's Irving. Then it's Harden, and it's Durant in at the three. And for San Antonio, we've got DeRozan, Jakob Poeltl out there with Johnson. Then there's DeJounte Murray, and it's Walker in at the shooting guard. Great for those teams that did make a deal with the trade deadline. How hard is it to integrate a new player mid-season?
Well, you know, guys who need the ball to be effective, it can be harder to integrate. But for certain role players, it's just how quickly they learn the system. So it's a tough call either way, especially if you have to go into a new environment where the terminology and everything's different. No doubt, my experiences in having guys traded to be a part of our teams, it was a tough transition for most of them.
Did you ever do it as a player?
I did it, yeah, and it's tough, you know. It's not just the team. I mean, you uproot it. You might have to leave your family. If the kids are in school. I mean, there are a lot of factors that go into it that just don't revolve around what happens on the court.
And the first one at the line is good. And so Walker nails both of them.
Well, a look at Lonnie Walker, the 18th pick in that 2018 draft. He's being brought along slowly as the team loves his potential, but he has a lot to smooth out with his game.
Count that one.
Guys, how good is Kyrie Irving at shielding off defenders and getting the soft shot up on the drive?
Now here's DeRozan. And there's a whistle. That's going to go on James Harden. That'll be his second foul of the game. Greg, you talk about the upside with Lonnie Walker. This team loves his athleticism.
You know, not the typical Spurs-type player we've seen targeted in the past. An athletic maniac who can fly end to end. The polish to his game will come. It's just going to take some time.
They get it back. And Jordan sends it back. Outside, KD. Right wing takes the three. And Poeltl pulls it down. Murray outside. And Jordan sends it back.
Well, DJ, twice on the pipes. No, sir. Get it out of here.
Big Red. That one falls coming off Dinwiddie's feet.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
I think defensively, that is not the way you want to start. Giving up high percentage looks, that doesn't typically end well.
poor design there defensively. They know he's a knockdown shooter from that spot.
That's not coming with the right mentality. The defender neither closes the space nor challenges the shot. That's frustrating as a coach, boy.
Stolen by Durant. Over Murray. San Antonio with the rebound. Outside, Walker. From the line, off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
You can't just stop when there's a pick set up. Gotta fight over it as a defender.
You know exactly what that takes. It takes energy, it takes activity, it takes intensity.
And Pirtle sends it back.
Active defense from Jakob Pirtle, that's the key. When he stays active and alert, blocks are going to be there for him.
Here's Big Red. He picked up 12 points in their last win against New Orleans.
Yeah, a terrific defensive effort along with that. 4 blocks in the game, huge lift defensively for them.
And he gives that rim a good tug on the way down.
Oh, that's how you drive your point home right there. Murray finds Johnson. Back to Murray. To the paint, got a piece of it, and it's out of bounds. The Spurs able to retain possession here. So for the Nets, Blake Griffin, he's checked in for DeAndre Jordan, and it's Gerald Green in for Durant. And a chance there to look back at the stunning mobile 1 block a moment ago.
And early in the game, a defensive play like that goes a long way, establishing the attitude you want.
And first quarter, we're about 3.5 minutes in. Griffin passes to Big Red. Good work defensively by Gay. And here's Gay. He'll bring it up for the San Antonio Spurs. They're getting their first look of the season at the Nets in this one.
And this game will be half of the contest they'll play against each other this year.
It's an interesting matchup. 2 teams that don't know each other all that well. Separate conferences. We'll see which one can dictate the pace early.
And the defense scattered all over the place on the break. Nice job finding the wide open 3.
And San Antonio calls the first timeout of the game. Today, Greg, we see a lot more friendly rivalries. Does that bother you?
Not at all. I mean, people like to say, well, our era had the rivalries were more bitter. I disagree with that. I think guys are every bit as competitive today as they've ever been.
It's good to hear.
They just also have more exposure and opportunity to be around one another. Kids today growing up, they've been playing against each other since the 5th, 6th grade in national tournaments. When we played, we didn't get to see the other top players around the country. So I think that was one reason why you didn't have a closeness with guys that unless you were on the same team.
And the Spurs making a change here. Zhang's checked in. Now let's go to the 2K leaderboard to look at the teams that specialize in intimidation. Number 1, the Nets. Number 5, the Spurs.
And these teams have both hung their hat on their defense, especially in the paint. We're looking at 2 of the premier shot blocking teams in our league.
Now here's Gay, currently averaging almost 6 points a game. Mills passes to Zhang. Lays it up off the glass.
Well, the definition of a high percentage shooter. Terrific touch by Gorgui Zhang.
Irving surveying the floor. Dinwiddie outside. 5 on the clock. And here's Green outside. Rebound San Antonio. And Mills in the NBA for over a decade now, GA, but he still has incredible speed that's key to his game.
And Kevin, with Mills, that end-to-end speed doesn't get shown off too often. In the half court, though, he does a great job of creating looks for himself, accelerates off of screens, can still leave a defender in the dust when he turns it on.
58 seconds left here in the first quarter. Here's Eubanks. He's still scoreless so far in this one. The three from Mills. That's a miss, his second after 2 shots. Brooklyn's gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. They get it back. Griffin and blocked. That one goes careening off the glass. Vassell, the pass to Mills, and out of bounds as Brooklyn gains possession. Nicholas Claxton's checked in for Big Red. .26 seconds left in the first quarter. Irving from long range gets the three-pointer to fall. Irving's got 5 now.
There's a marksmanship from Kyrie Irving. The lightning quick release. Boy, defender better have his hands up and ready.
Gay outside. Offline from the high post.
Listen, that's a shot he can make, but
Oh, he nailed it.
Wow. And it counts. Oh, beats the buzzer from way down court. These fans are stunned.
And that concludes the first quarter of play. Nets lead by 7. And back with the start of the second quarter in just a moment. And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And taking a look at the Nets' performance here, guys, what jumps out to you, stats-wise?
Yeah, in that first period, they looked to push in transition at every opportunity.
and why wouldn't they? You see their effectiveness in the open floor. Very difficult to slow down.
Brooklyn leading by 7. We've got Mills. Borgie Dang is out there with Rudy Gay. And it's Vassell in at the 2 guard. That's the San Antonio 5.
That's a dozen straight points coming off the triple.
Now here's Mills. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Green against Gay. Pass to Eubanks. 5 to shoot. From deep three-point range. But they get it back. And they double up Gay. And here's Mills from the arc. Offensive rebound. Eubanks the pass to Gay. They had a number of cracks at it, but came away empty-handed. Outside, Green. Pass to Claxton. He kicks it to Irving. And here's Green outside. Eubanks grabs the miss. Spurs trail by 10. Here's Vassell. And the pass to Chang. That shot missing. And so Green will bring it up for Brooklyn. 10-point lead. This is their biggest. Atlanta will be traveling to face them after this game. That game marks the first half of a quick 2-game homestand.
And while his ability to score gets so much attention, Harden demonstrating why he's also regarded as an elite-level passer.
San Antonio calls timeout. Greg is a broadcaster. Who have been some of your favorite personalities to cover?
Man, that's a great question. You know, most of the stars, I'm a big fan of Durant and Steph and LeBron and those guys. Chris Paul's another one that's a favorite. So many other guys, you know, there's so much more personality and so much more confidence these guys have working in front of the camera. I think that just makes for a better experience.
Somebody asked me the other day, who is my favorite? You know who I said?
Who was that?
Greg Anthony.
Oh, you're just saying that because it's true.
So San Antonio goes with a fresh 5 on the floor. The Nets also changing it up. DeAndre Jordan's checked in for Griffin. And Kevin Durant subbed in for Green. Outside DeRozan. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. It's going to be on DeAndre Jordan.
Very few players in the NBA get to the line as often as DeMar DeRozan. There's a bit of an edge to his game. He's not at all afraid.
This is his first free throw of the game.
And that 84% free throw percentage is a testament to all the hard work he's put in on the line.
A free throw drop for DeRozan.
And you watch DeRozan play, he still has that explosiveness. Great first step out of the triple threat position. Can switch directions on the go. Is still a handful to slow on the perimeter.
Both free throws good from DeRozan. Greg, with the explosiveness you talked about with DeRozan, it helps that he finishes so well when he gets to the rim.
And maybe not what he once was, but he is still an elite level athlete. Doesn't only have to drop the hammer when he gets to the rim either. Very smooth at adjusting mid-flight to finish at the rim.
Spurs trail by 13. Murray outside. Back to Walker. 14 feet away. Changes up. Nice shot by Poeltl.
Well, the hard work on the offensive glass pays off for Jakob Poeltl. Like to see that mindset from the big man. Goes back up strong as soon as he gets his hands on the basketball.
Harden's shot is good.
They've settled into a nice groove offensively here in the second.
The Spurs have gone 1 of 6 from the field in the second quarter. It's been a rough period so far. Murray with the bounce pass. Fader on the way, and DeMar DeRozan the bucket on the assist by Murray. DeRozan's got 4 points this quarter.
I'll tell you, you get into the space of DeMar DeRozan on the perimeter, and he'll give you the blow-by. Let him get a clean look at a jump shot, and he'll burn you that way, too.
And the first timeout called of the game for Brooklyn. They defeated the Pelicans in their last game.
Yeah, they were able to maintain focus in a hostile environment, and that led to taking shots that made sense.
Well, I'm sure they're still enjoying that one. You love going into a tough building, tough place to play, and shooting the lights out. Nothing like silencing the crowd.
So for the Nets, Big Red comes in for Nicholas Claxton. And Dinwiddie subbed in for Kyrie Irving. 3 minutes of action so far in the second quarter. Dinwiddie passes to Harden. Outside, Walker. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. He's gone 2 for 2 at the line so far.
And from the line thus far, how about 83% on the season? Outstanding.
That's good from Walker. And so Walker nails both of them.
And they're getting to the line a lot in this quarter, guys, and it hasn't been by accident.
Here's Big Red. He has been a nice option for them offensively, and he's averaging more than 17 points a game.
And I just love how aggressive Harden is inside. When he's deep like that, he is ready to finish with authority.
Now, here's Walker. 8 points his last outing. Murray against Dinwiddie. Murray, no good.
It's all about the defense right there. Without that level of activity, he probably scores it.
Quick job of getting up the floor and creating early offense.
You don't give the defense any chance to set up. Sometimes you just love an easy look.
And here's Walker outside. Offensive rebound, Spurs. Nice shot by Pirtle.
Boy, getting his points the hard way. Jakob has to absorb contact and able to use his strength there.
Big Red passes to Durant. Nice work on the board. He's paying off with the basket. Big Red's got the lead up to 13 now for the Nets. And so it's Murray who brings the ball up for the San Antonio Spurs. Coming into this having notched a win against the Rockets in their last game.
Well, on the road, you don't expect to look so comfortable on the offensive end, but that was the story of the game.
It came down to execution. No wasted possessions, and that is absolutely essential trying to win on the road.
In transition, here comes San Antonio. And Pirtle has it in the corner. Harden against Walker. 11 feet away. And that one hits back iron. Brooklyn leading by 11. 55 seconds left in the first half. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. That one on Jakob Pirtle.
Well, the length and size of Kevin Durant make him a prime target on the interior. So good at forcing the issue close to the basket.
The Nets shooting their first free throws of the game on this trip to the line.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
That's good from Durant.
What you love about Kevin Durant is he's an MVP level candidate every year, and yet there's a hunger and a thirst to get better at basketball. This is so fun to watch.
So San Antonio goes with a fresh 5 on the floor. And the Nets making a change here as well. Griffin's checked in for Jordan. And he makes both free throws.
And that's another area where he is just a superb player. Excellent at the free throw line.
Bounce pass Mills. Three-pointer. Not his night so far. That's miss number 5 with no makes.
With him scoreless in the latter part of this one, it's awfully hard to come back. Well, outstanding contest on the shot, and then he's positioned perfectly to go after the rebound.
20 seconds left now here in the second. Here's Vassell. Dinwiddie covering. And here we go. Harden heading to the hoop. Gay with the block.
And got to respect those long arms of Gay. I mean, superb at swatting shots away. Put those big hands.
And so it's Brooklyn looking at a 13-point lead heading into the next quarter. Their strategy has been clear tonight. Work the ball inside, get shots in the paint, and now they are scoring with ease. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. Here with Greg Popovich. Pop, what do you think was the main issue during the first half?
We didn't make shots.
Thank you for that insightful analysis, Coach. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. And we'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets underway.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson alongside Shaquille O'Neal and the Jet, Kenny Smith. Let's get to it. It's Brooklyn out in front at the half. They have a 13-point lead. And over to Shaq. What do you think about Brooklyn?
The three-point shot was their best friend. I agree with the strategy. When it's working, take advantage of it. I don't really like it. Live by the jumper, die by the jumper. But tonight, they're living, and they're living good, baby.
Over to Kenny now. Your take on the Spurs.
They need to make major adjustments on the offense. Whatever their game plan was going into this game, scrap it. It's not been effective. The shots they were taking were not good shots. They need to find a way to spring guys open where they can shoot a better percentage.
And that's going to do it for us here. The second half of action is coming your way.
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. Kyrie Irving really making a difference here.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
One of the things every player is after is efficiency at the offensive end, and boy, this young guy has done just that.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. Setting the floor for the Nets. We've got Big Red, Harden out there with Kyrie Irving. And it's Durant, and it's Jordan in at the 5 down low. And now another look at that mobile one-block defensive performance.
And that'll give them a jolt. Nothing like a rejection to light a fire under you.
Here's Murray, still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Pass to Walker. Good, and the assist goes to Murray. Walker's got the first basket of the second half here for the Spurs. Nets leading by 11. Here's Big Red. Pass to KD. Nobody near Irving. Hands it from downtown. Irving's got 11.
Boy, what wonderful vision. Kevin Durant with a picture-perfect pass. Woo-hoo.
Murray dishes to DeRozan. Outside, Walker. Pass to DeRozan. Shot clock at 6. Over Durant. And the shot no good, a bit short.
That's a shot he makes with regularity, but that time the defense up to the challenge.
And it's Jordan with the jam.
Well, we've seen this one or two times, have we not? DeAndre Jordan, finishing end of the alley-oop. Nice.
Now here's Murray. He's a good contributor to his team, averaging about 10.5 points a game. Walker against Harden. Walker's shot is off. And it's Irving with the ball for the Brooklyn Nets. 16-point lead, the largest margin in the game. And stolen by Murray. DeRozan with it. Guarded now by Durant. Walker. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. It's going to be on Kyrie Irving.
Really the right play defensively. If you can't block, force him to the line.
This is his third trip to the free throw line in the game. The first free throw is good. The Nets making a switch here. Claxton's checked in. And so Walker nails both of them. Nets leading by 14. Outside Irving. Here's Harden. Good, and the assist goes to Irving. Harden's got 9.
And a staple of Harden's attack. Sometimes it seems he's better finishing through contact on the drop.
Johnson, the pass to Purdy. Spurs passing it around.
All right, time now to pick it up. You're 1 for 4, and you certainly don't want to give your opponent momentum.
A nice shot by Irving.
Yeah, 3 consecutive field goals have come right at the rim. The D had better start buckling down.
Walker the pass to Murray. Outside DeRozan. pass to Murray. 6 to shoot. Outside, Walker. Fires the 3. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Walker. Already it's February. Let's see how the East is matching up. You take a look at the Nets. Quite a season they've assembled here, guys. Perched up there in first place and playing terrific basketball game in and game out.
And right now for Brooklyn, every NBA season, there's always going to be some big surprises in store. And I think this season, they'd have to be considered one of the biggest of them all.
Oh, no question. And we're deep enough into the season to know, hey, this hasn't happened by accident. They are genuine contenders here.
San Antonio calls timeout.
Well, it's been an express lane to the rim. Coach can't be happy about that.
Well, poor
Griffin's checked in for Jordan. And Dinwiddie subbed in for James Harden. Gay outside. Passes it to Vassell. Kicks to Jang. Gay outside. Just 5 to shoot. A fader. But they recover it. Here's Jang. And they convert it last on attempt number 3. Jang's got his second basket of the night. Inside, here's Claxton. Takes it up with both hands and rips it down.
And everything is dropping for them. Terrific second half run.
And I think it's been all about their offensive efficiency, shooting the lights out in this quarter.
Now here's Mills. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
Yeah, how about the body control on that one? Narrowly misses getting the deuce.
For San Antonio, they have been at their finest 4 at the free throw line tonight. 8 attempts, 8 makes.
And 74% has been the mark for them on the season thus far.
And he knocks down the first one. And both free throws good for Mills.
Wow, they've made every free throw here in the second half.
Dinwiddie outside. Pass to Durant for the 3. Rebound San Antonio. Eubanks got rebound number 5 here tonight. Now Mills. He averages a bit over 6 points a game. And it's blocked. Pass to Irving. Griffin down low. Spurs trail by 18. Here's Vassell. No points in the game yet for him. Uses the glass to finish the layup. And it's Irving with the ball for the Nets.
Timeout, timeout.
They led the game at 1 point by 20. Now a timeout call by Brooklyn. Reds checked in for Brooklyn.
And a chance here to see the numbers for Big Red. Tremendous numbers for him over the last 10 games. Averaging 15 points a game, 8 rebounds, and 4 assists. And he brings it for them every game on the offensive end.
Well, I think you can tell he relishes this role, being the catalyst on the offensive end, night in and night out.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
The Nets shooting their third and fourth free throw attempts of the game.
Number 15. 2 shots.
The first one falls. Murray's checked in for the Spurs. And so he hits both. Spurs trail by 18. Hills with it. Lets it fly. Blake Griffin pulls it in.
I'd love to see them impose themselves a little more on the backboard. That's a great way to find confidence. Always a surefire way to get back in the game.
7-second difference, shot and game clock. Gay kicks to Mills. In the corner, it's Chang. And it's Durant with the rebound. Durant's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Here's Dinwiddie. And again, it's the Nets missing. Here's Gay. Oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard. And so it's the Brooklyn Nets holding a big 18-point lead to close the quarter. They've had such great ball movement and shot selection, and it's led to a terrific field goal percentage. Back right after this. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
And he may not be known as a pass-first guy playing out of the 2-guard spot, but he shows here that he can dole out an assist or two when he needs to.
Well, having multiple playmakers on the floor makes you a much tougher team to defend.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the 4th quarter, but stranger things have happened. DeRozan out there with Rudy Gay. Then there's DeJounte Murray. And it's Walker in at the 2. That's the San Antonio 5. And the foul on Harden. That will get him his 4th foul of the game. Brooklyn on defense. Here's Murray, and he banks in the layup.
And giving up some inches inside, but makes up for it with an aggressive style.
Well, he's attacking, he's forcing the issue, and that's simply stated a terrific play.
Now here's Harden. And here is KD. They double-team KD. Shot clock at 5. Here's Big Red. Good. It's Harden with the assist that time. Harden's got his 4th assist in this one.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Now here's Walker. No good that time. Harden with the defensive effort. He lobs it up.
And just a smooth player who reads the floor incredibly well. Harden is always looking to get his teammates involved.
Walker against Harden. And the rejection by Harden. Out left to the wing. Dinwiddie's shot is off. Spurs trail by 20. Here's DeRozan. And it's out of bounds. The Spurs able to retain possession here. Pirtle, he's checked in for the Spurs. Johnson comes in for Rudy Gay. Time called here. The Spurs decide to talk it over.
And with their offense sputtering, coaches got to get them back on track.
And to me, they're just taking too many tough shots. And when they do get an easy one, the confidence just isn't there.
Just about 1.5 minutes gone by here in the fourth. Now the pass to Pirtle. Nice ball movement by San Antonio. Clock at 4. That one off the back iron and out. Nets leading by 20. Big Red passes to Dinwiddie. Jordan, and there's Jordan putting it right back in.
It is not easy trying to keep DeAndre Jordan off the boards. His combination of length and determination so impressive.
Now here's Murray, and he makes that one.
How about how he sets his man up there, runs him right into the screen, and then gets the basket.
For Brooklyn, they've gone 3 of 5 here in the fourth quarter. Pretty good numbers coming out of the break. Passes to Harden. And James Harden throws it down hard.
And this is how a floor leader makes a statement. Harden just put the other team on notice.
Elbow shot. And that one goes long.
Well, he's a quality mid-range shooter, but he can't get that one to go.
Durant, no good.
I'll tell you, even though he's not playing his best basketball, the team has played well and picked it up. I love it.
No hesitation at all on the alley-oop. Saw his teammate with a path to the hoop, and bang, lobbed it right up there for him to finish.
And he was ready for it when he elevated and made the catch. Pass to KD. Releases. That one is good again. He's 6 for 8 from the floor with the basket.
Well, I absolutely love the way this guy has controlled the pace tonight. They've been able to play the style they want.
Here's DeRozan. Some solid defense there from KD. Nets leading by 22 to the left side wing. And stolen by Murray. Pass to Johnson. Good, and the assist goes to Murray. Murray's got his 6th assist on the night.
Well, deliver the pass where your teammate can do something with it. Nice.
Timeout called, the Nets. And now, let's present our New Balance Player of the Game, Big Red.
Yeah, and his percentage from the field tonight, just amazing. He hadn't just been gunning. He's been picking his spots, and you need that kind of patience and discipline to shoot as well as he had.
And as the star of this team, he knows he's going to be the object of the crowd's anger. Nets leading by 20. Harden outside. Harden draws the double and taken away by Johnson. Walker looking for an opening. Out to the wing. Irving against Murray. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Shooting for San Antonio, Dejounte Murray. Taking 2 shots.
And the first one drops. Off on that one, so he goes 1 for 2 at the line.
Listen, it's only one miss, but it hurts all the same as they try to cut into this lead.
And another turnover here by Brooklyn. .137 left to play here in the fourth. And it's Murray with the jam.
Boy, what a thing of beauty by DeMar DeRozan. His eyes are up. He locates his teammate. Just so pretty.
And guys, what we saw here tonight is one side having everything going for them. Huge margin of victory for the Nets.
It was like watching a three-point shooting contest tonight here.
And they just didn't seem to let up, whether the last several shots went down or not. 3 after 3, it just seemed to pay off for them.
And now on the year, this will take them to 28 wins.
And so they'll take the first game of the season series, a team they'll only see twice. They're certainly happy to start it off with a win.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for Big Red.
What a relentless scoring night for this guy. In attack mode all evening.
Here's Big Red following the score by DeMar DeRozan.
But the truth is they've had control of this game.
And I couldn't agree more. What makes it that much more impressive, they're doing it on the road.
Now here's DeRozan. And Jordan sends it back. Outside Irving. The pass to Big Red. Fires from the wing. Buries the jump shot. And the Nets lead by 19.
Saw the opportunity to put this away and did not turn it down.
Yeah, playing with great energy and great effort. And as a coach, you'd love to see this from your team every single night.
Murray outside. DeRozan surveying the D. Good, and the assist goes to Murray.
Well, the pick and roll is one of many useful tools in the handbag of DeMar DeRozan. How about their ability to be effective in that situation?
And so it's Brooklyn easily grabbing this one. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something to get excited about, Greg, but they never got it.
They sure didn't. I mean, they just rolled to this win. They made it look really easy. What an efficient performance at both ends.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Hey, thank you, Kevin. Kyrie, very few can match your offensive creativity. So how do you integrate that into the team system?
It starts in our practice. It starts with our practice habits, getting our swing action and practicing with a purpose. You know, whether it's shoot-arounds or walkthroughs, we're starting to show progress right there and just getting back to what we know, and that's executing on both ends of the floor and trusting one another.
Well, the ball was certainly moving tonight, man. Congrats on the win. Kevin?
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for tuning in. So long and good night, everyone.
I'm Brian, and I'm in your neighborhood to break down the upcoming 2K Compete events. This weekend,
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
And the player introductions are wrapped up. The starting fives for both teams, as we're just about ready to get this one started. Thanks for tuning in to the NBA on 2K Sports. It's Wednesday, Hump Day, and we're ready to bring you all the action. Alongside Greg Anthony and Steve Smith with David Aldridge on the sideline, this is Kevin Harlan. A moment now to look at the year-to-year scoring output and how it has been trending for Lou Williams.
And maybe it's shocking, maybe not too shocking, but the scoring trend over the last few years has been going down a bit. I'm sure it's something he's well aware of, and we'll see if that continues to be the case.
And we've got time for a quick pregame report. With that being said, let's head to the sideline and our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge. D.A.?
Hey, Kevin. Trae Young said when he was growing up, he was never a big leaper or a dunker. Truth be told, he said, I wasn't even considered a top guard in my recruiting class, but I worked relentlessly and played with a chip on my shoulder. I wanted to be considered among the great players. I wanted to belong. Kevin, he certainly belongs with the Hawks right now.
Thanks, D.A. And it should be a good one tonight, Steve. Two teams in the playoff conversation.
This is where, Kevin, we see the talent is there on both sides. Also now, this is where coaching can make the difference, putting players in position to come out on top.
A look at Atlanta's opening lineup. Hunter at the 3 with Collins at the 4. Trae Young is out there with Bogdanovich, and it's Capella in at center. And for Brooklyn, Durant is out there with Big Red. Then there's Irving. Then it's Jordan, and it's Harden in at shooting guard. So Atlanta will get the first possession. Young passes to Collins. The Trae. Young's shot is off. Here's Big Red. Harden inside the three-point line. Rebounded by Capella. Hunter with it. He's picked up by KD. Here's Bogdanovich. And that one is off. Great D that time from Irving. Looking at the last game for the Brooklyn Nets, it was a win against the Spurs in San Antonio. Big Red passes to Jordan over Bogdanovich and misses it off the right side of the rim. Now the Hawks moving it the other way. Young with the ball. Doesn't go for him. So Brooklyn will take it the other way.
Early on, 3 misses to open the game. Their offense right now still trying to find its way.
And again, it's the Nets missing. Hawks have gone 0 of 3 from the field to start the game.
And for a long time, Atlanta had been searching for a legitimate center. Seems like they found their guy in Clint Capella.
Yes, and Clint Capella is limited offensively, but that's not his job. What Clint Capella does do, he does very well. He's a terrific rebounder, and he will have a lot of room to finish at the rim, as he does with power.
And so it's the Nets getting on the board first. Outside, Bogdanovich. Over Harden. Here's Capella. And Jordan sends it back.
DeAndre is simply one of the most electrifying shot blockers in the game. If you put up a shot around him, you better put it up high.
And great hustle to turn that block shot into a fast break opportunity. Big time play on both ends.
Here's Young following the bucket by the Nets. Outside, Bogdanovich. Let's go. Rebound, Brooklyn. Jordan's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Harden finds Durant. Hunter grabs the miss.
And that's okay. Even though you missed, you had the right guy taking the shot.
Passes it to Bogdanovich. 6 on the shot clock. Down low. Whistle blows. Bucket is good. And he'll have a chance at the line to make it a 3-point play.
The power and the tenacity that this kid shows, Collins, not to be denied. Well, John Collins has the potential to be a star for this team. Continues to be a powerhouse on the offensive end. He can attack from inside as well as outside.
Williams, he's checked in for Bogdanovich. And that one falls for Collins.
And Collins said so himself. He believes he'll be a max contract player when he hits free agency.
You know what, GA? I love the confidence from him. And you look year to year, his numbers are improving at an unbelievable rate. He just might get that max contract.
Now Young, following the three-point attempt by Kyrie Irving. Young passes to Collins. Williams with the ball, guarded now by Irving. Young dishes to Collins. Young, no good.
You know, he might want to think about deferring for a while. He's had his chances this quarter, but just not able to convert.
And DeAndre Jordan throws it down.
Put it up anywhere. DeAndre Jordan can go get it.
The Hawks trail by 3. And Atlanta calls their first time out of the game.
And just trying to get some traction offensively. Boy, it hasn't been pretty.
You know, this is a good time to maybe switch up your strategy a little bit. You can't keep doing what you're doing and expect a different result.
So for the Nets, Griffin's checked in for Jordan. Green comes in for Kevin Durant. And Dinwiddie subbed in for James Harden. Then for the Hawks, Okongwu's checked in for Clint Capella. Joe Harris comes in for John Collins. And Kevin Huerter subbed in for Young. Here's Huerter. Outside Williams. Back to Huerter. Over Irving. Off the left rim and out. Brooklyn leading by 3. Griffin passes to Irving. Here's Big Red. Here's the 3. No good from Irving. Irving with the steal. In transition, here come the Nets. Here's Big Red. Marvelous lead pass, and he throws it down.
That play is made because of Kyrie's vision and his willingness to share the basketball.
Huerter passes to Williams. That one, no good. Great D that time from Irving. 1:22 left to play here in the first. Dinwiddie right side. And it's blocked. Here's Huerter. Dinwiddie covering. Huerter passes to Williams. Now, here's Hunter. Back to Williams. Oh, and he's going up for the alley-oop here.
And give Sweet Luke credit. Turns down his own shot because his teammate has a better one.
Big Red passes to Irving. Here's Big Red. Can't hit from 12.
Both sides attacking. That was good defense versus good offense. That's a good opportunity, but he needs to go up a little stronger, in my opinion.
And there's the call on Lou Williams. That is his first foul of the game. The Nets making a switch here. Claxton's checked in. And a change for the Hawks. Chris Dunn's checked in for Lou Williams. I'm glad we got to see the mobile one block once more. What a play.
Every basket's a big one in a tight game, and he is not about to give up an easy look.
26 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Outside Irving. Clock at 6. Sweet little floater.
The little teardrop effective shot for Kyrie when he doesn't want to take it all the way to the rim.
Here's Herter. And there's the pass to Dunn. It could go. Oh, he got it to go!
Wow. I can't believe it.
Big time shot to beat the buzzer there. My goodness.
He had to rush that one a little, but terrific stroke from range.
A good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. Brooklyn ahead. They lead by 2. 2K Sports back in a moment here in Brooklyn. Getting going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And guys, what stands out to you from the Nets in this one?
Yeah, in that first period, they looked to push in transition at every opportunity.
That's their mindset. Attack, attack, and attack some more. You're not going to beat them playing soft.
And so it's Irving with it, bringing it up for the Brooklyn Nets. Next up for them, the Knicks coming out here to play. And that game is the second of 2 straight at home. This is how the floor looks for the Hawks starting the second quarter. Dunn is out there with Bogdanovich. Then there's Harris. Then it's John Collins. And it's Okongwu in at the 5 down low. Now here's Dunn. Shot clock at 6. Shoots over Griffin. And he didn't get quite enough under that one. Here's Green, and Green slams it in.
You know, Blake Griffin, he gives you a little bit of everything offensively. Terrific court awareness.
Pass to Collins. And it's Bogdanovich off the drive. And the shot goes in. Bogdanovich has got his first bucket of the night. Well, for those players who were discussed in trade talks, Greg, but weren't dealt at the deadline, it's got to be hard for them to ever, I guess, trust team management again, huh?
No doubt about it, but, you know, we have a saying. If you play at the highest levels, you have 2 families. Your first, which is your family at home, and your second. The only one you trust is your first family. The second family, it's a business relationship, and you know what? You could have a third family the following week if you get traded. And so some guys block out the noise and manage their emotions well. Others don't, and they tend to struggle.
It's all in the family. And the Hawks with possession here after the basket by Brooklyn.
One of the best young lob men in the business. John Collins finished with an exclamation point.
And the first timeout called of the game for Brooklyn. Their last game, a win against San Antonio, looking to carry that into this one.
And bottom line, they found ways to score. Credit the game plan going in. It was right on the money.
They knew that the arena would be rocking. And if they could execute well on the offensive end, they knew they could quiet down this hostile crowd.
Changes for Brooklyn. Jordan, he's checked in for Griffin. Kevin Durant comes in for Gerald Green. And James Harden subbed in for Irving. Then for the Hawks, Clint Capella comes in for Okongwu. Young is subbed in for Joe Harris. Connects from three-point range. Harden's got the lead up to 5 now for the Nets.
And without a doubt, one of the most advanced scorers this game has ever seen. Harden can do damage from just about anywhere.
Bogdanovich, no luck. The Nets have gone 3 of 4 from the floor here in the second quarter. Durant dishes to Harden. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
They've settled into a nice groove offensively here in the second.
The Nets shooting their first foul shot of the night.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
Big Reds checked in for Nicholas Claxton. And a change for the Hawks. Williams is checked in.
And Harden finished second in MVP voting in 2017, won the MVP in 2018. A multi-talented combo guard who just seems to get better every season.
Now here's Williams. He had 13 points in the win against Utah. And it's blocked by Jordan. Hands on the ball out of bounds. Jordan touched it last. Off the inbound. That one's good, and the Brooklyn lead is cut down to just 6 points with the basket from Capella. For Brooklyn, they've gotten 4 of their first 5 shots to fall in the second quarter. Outstanding shooting. Durant for 3, sinks the triple.
They really turned it around here in the second quarter after shooting less than 40% from the field in the first.
For 3, Williams. That one doesn't drop. The Nets go the other way with it. They beat the Hawks during their last encounter in Atlanta.
And it was pretty much a cakewalk for them the last time these two squared off and had a clear advantage on the backboard.
They generated second chance opportunities on one end, preventing them on the other end. That was the story of the game.
Here's Collins. Kevin Durant picking up that last basket. Pass to Young. Just 5 on the clock.
He sees the whole floor, and he's making some quick decisions. Trae Young gets what he wants from the mid-range.
And the amount of pressure that Trae Young puts on a defense is staggering. He's either carving you up with his passing or hitting you with that jump shot.
You know, Trae Young is the type of player that can lead this league in scoring and in assists. And also possibly could do it in the same season. For a youngster, he sees a lot of double teams. It's impressive how he handles it.
Man, just adding insult to injury. He just waltzes inside and extends this lead.
A uncontested shot at the rim, you have to compete at all times.
Hunter's checked in for the Hawks. Kevin Huerter comes in for Bogdanovich. Greg, we know the names of the superstars, but there are players that are just under that category who probably should get a little more recognition.
Hey, Kevin, that's a great point, and I'm going to toot my alma mater's horn a little bit. Christian Wood's a guy that kind of reminds me of that. He's kind of on the come up. How about Devontae Graham, the second rounder back in 2018, but he's showing to be an established young talent in this league, and there are many more guys like that, and they're going to have their opportunity to become household names. And just trying to get some traction offensively. Boy, it hasn't been pretty.
You know, this is a good time to maybe switch up your strategy a little bit. You can't keep doing what you're doing and expect a different result.
never too early to start looking at our contenders for this year's dunk contest. There's no doubt it'll be a terrific showdown of some of the game's best athletes.
And it seems like each year the bar keeps getting set higher. I mean, more props, crazier concepts to the competition, the level of dunks. I think this is going to be a good one.
And you look at Collins, he's definitely got a shot of making it to the top 4 slots this year. We'll just have to see if he ends up moving up.
Listen, I know this guy is hoping he gets the opportunity to be a part of it this year, and it would be a huge disappointment for him if he's not able to showcase some of those phenomenal dunking skills.
And as always, we'll keep the updates coming in as we get closer to All-Star Weekend. One thing we already know, there are some great players pulling in votes so far.
Yeah, and I think it's safe to say that this is going to be one of those dunk contests that everybody's going to be tuning into.
Here's Hunter following the basket by DeAndre Jordan. Young's shot is off.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
With the shot, rebounded by the Hawks. They put up a nice win against Utah last time out.
And a lot of that was game plan, putting guys in a position to succeed, particularly on the offensive end.
They understood what the defense was trying to take away and game plan a great strategy to take advantage of it. The struggle is real. He's been way off with his shot all evening long.
Durant with a wide open look. An absolute bomb from three-point range. Durant's got 8 points in the quarter.
Shutout in the first quarter. He's heating up now. I like the aggressiveness.
And here's Young from the arc. Again, Young missing.
You know, he was looking for revenge, trying to match shots from distance.
And so it's the Brooklyn Nets feeling good about their 17-point lead heading into the break. They've excelled in the open court. Their transition game has allowed them to build this healthy lead. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Kevin, thanks. KD, you're running and gunning out there. How much fun is it when the offense is flowing like that?
Well, I think this team is very well disciplined, and they do all the details, and we just wanted to play harder, man. And I think we got some steals, got some fast break points, and we're playing together, everybody touching the ball. It's just fun when we playing like that, so we got to continue to do that.
KD, thanks for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks, David. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter underway.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back to 2K Sports, everybody. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. Let's talk about that first half. Brooklyn found themselves in a close game in the first. At the end of the period, they were up by 2. They just exploded in the second quarter, grabbing the momentum and running with it. Basket after basket, and they played stingy defense. Now they've got a halftime lead that's going to be very difficult to erase. Kenny, your thoughts on the Nets' first half?
Well, they just about ran their offense to perfection. They pounded the ball inside, and the entry feeds were on time and on the money. It was a clinic to watch. The second half is going to be no contest if they keep getting shots 8 feet and in.
And Shaq, what'd you see from Atlanta?
When you're that cold from the floor, it's always going to be an uphill battle. But the ball movement has to be the priority in the second half. They need to be creating a lot of good shots if they want to dig into this lead.
And that's a wrap. With the third quarter approaching, we now send you back to Kevin and the crew.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. You gotta like what Harden has done in this game so far.
Man, he's been running wild on them through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
This is his challenge, to continue to dominate, to help them try to close strong here in the second half.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. Well, we've got a moment. Let's set the floor. Brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up for the second half. So for Brooklyn now, Harden out there with Kyrie Irving. And there's Big Red, and it's Durant, and it's Jordan in at the center position. Here's Collins. James Harden picking up that last basket. Collins finds Young. Capella with it. The shot, no good.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basket.
Look out! Here he comes!
That was amazing, and look at the elevation. The minute KD gets the ball, all eyes are on him. That leaves a wide open man.
Now, here's Collins. 5 points in the game. Passes it to Bogdanovich. Off target from outside. Nets leading by 21. The pass to KD. Count the basket.
3 straight to begin this half. Couldn't have drawn it up any better.
Hawks shooting around 24%. Not a good showing here. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Bogdanovich against Harden. Here's Capella. And the rebound paying off as they pick up 2 on the second chance bucket right there.
That was the first make of the half. 1 for 4 now. Let's see if that gets them going.
Harden's shot is good.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
Atlanta calls timeout. Flattening the lottery odds, Greg. Do you think that's worked out as intended?
You don't hear as many predictions about who's going to get the 1 pick or the 2nd pick. I think that's good for the players and the fans. You don't want anyone rooting for you to lose.
No, absolutely not. He's checked in for the Nets. Then for the Hawks, Okongwu's checked in for Clint Capella. Joe Harris comes in for Bogdanovich. And Chris Dunn subbed in for Young. Now here is Harris. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Here's Dunn. They grabbed their own miss.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
KD's shot is off. 1-on-1 here. Now, here's Hunter, guarded by Harden. Now, here's Hunter. Taking a look at his numbers, he averages about 7 points a game.
Look at the pass from Hunter, wanting to get his teammates involved.
And it's Irving with the ball for the Brooklyn Nets. Just over 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second half. Harden, no good.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Now, here's Dunn. And the foul called on Blake Griffin. That's his first foul. Some changes for Brooklyn. Nicholas Claxton comes in for Big Red. And Dinwiddie subbed in for James Harden. And a switch here also for Atlanta. Williams, he's checked in for DeAndre Hunter. And we just got a second look there at the exceptional mobile 1 block.
And he's all over that shot. Has it read the whole way and gets the position he needs to make a play.
Here's Dunn. Lays it up and banks it in. Dunn's got his second bucket tonight.
Strength, focus, hard hat approach. Chris Dunn powering through contact.
To the middle. Griffin trying to get open. Claxton with the bucket. And the Nets lead by 21.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
Dunn kicks to Williams. The high post shot. Here's Okongwu. Out to Harris. 3-pointer. Atlanta gets it back. Tough possession there. They stayed with it, but they just couldn't make it.
And they've only got a slight edge on the boards, but it just feels a lot bigger.
As to KD. 6 on the shot clock. Makes the bucket. Now he's got 5 field goals, 5 for 8 in the game.
He's been a big factor in their offense tonight, making shot after shot.
Harris looking it over, and it's blocked. And as it goes out of bounds, Atlanta able to keep the ball here. Kevin Herter, he's checked in for Dunn. There's a minute 34 left to play here in the third.
Never a bad idea to run the old pick play.
You're right. And if it produces a slam like that, we'll probably see more of them.
Especially if the defense is going to allow you to do it. Have to switch on that play.
Timeout called, the Nets. Making a change here. Jordan's checked in, and a change for the Hawks. Capella's checked in. There's 1:26 left in the third quarter of the game. Dinwiddie with the bucket.
Well, overall, they're the team getting the better looks here in this second half.
For them, the first half was maybe more of a filling out process. Now it's winning time.
Now, here's Okongwu. Williams with the ball. 4 on the clock. And Jordan sends it back. And here we go. The fast break with Dinwiddie. Irving, good.
And after really leaning on that three-point shot in the first half, seeming like they're just getting away from it here in the second. More of the shots coming from the interior.
Now, here's Okongwu. Herter kept alive. Here's Capella. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Aggressive move by Capella. His length and athleticism, it's tough to handle when he gets the ball that deep.
This is his first trip to the line tonight.
Numbers this year at the line below 70, so when he's getting to the line, not nearly as effective as you'd like.
First free throw is good.
And the defense Capella provides is huge. I mean, a legitimate shot blocking threat who also rebounds the ball at an efficient rate.
Gerald Green, he's checked in for Durant. Atlanta also making some changes here. Bogdan Bogdanovic, he's checked in for Joe Harris. And Trae Young subbed in for Williams. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. Here's Irving. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 9.5 points a game. Jordan, the pass to Irving. Ring shot on the way, and Capella sends it back.
Opponents have to be careful when Capella is in the area. What an impressive display of timing.
Pass to Herter. Rebound, Brooklyn. Jordan's got 7 rebounds in the game. 1 second left, and the last shot before the buzzer is off. And so it's Brooklyn, finishing the quarter up by a whopping 24 points. Their defense has been terrific in this game. Back to the action after this word. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
And definitely deserving of the prize tonight. How about the read he made here? Looking like a point guard, putting the pass right on the money.
Yeah, it's one thing to find the guy. It's another to deliver the ball where he can do something with it. Wonderful play.
And there have been two very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. Fourth quarter on the court for the Hawks. Okongwu is out there with Hunter. Then there's Bogdanovich. Then it's Young, and it's Capella in at the center filling out the middle. Brooklyn leading by 22. Here's Big Red. Takes a shot at the elbow. Rebounded by Capella. Capella's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. A 3 from Bogdanovich. That one, no good. And Brooklyn will now go the other way with it. Here's Dinwiddie. Okongwu grabs the board. Okongwu's now got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight. Bogdanovich. And as it goes out of bounds, Atlanta able to keep the ball here. Kevin Durant, he's checked in for Dinwiddie. Here's Capella. Young outside. He kicks to Bogdanovich. 4 on the shot clock. There's the triple. Rebound, Brooklyn.
And there have been some terrible shot choices here, Kev. That's not a good look at all.
And the Nets miss again. KD with the bucket.
Fantastic timing. Durant able to beat everyone to the ball, then goes right back up.
Over to the wing. Back to Young. There's the dish to Bogdanovich. Launches it. The Hawks again can't hit.
Well defended that time. He's a shooter that the D has to close down on quickly when he's ready to pull the trigger. And how about the communication between teammates on that alley-oop?
And that's what you need to pull that thing off. Now, here's Okongwu. Capella dishes to Bogdanovich. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. It's going to be on DeAndre Jordan.
So I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
Taking 2 shots.
First one falls for him. And a new group out there on the floor for the Nets. And the Hawks will go for a different look here. Bruno Fernando's checked in for Capella. Solomon Hill comes in for Okongwu. Reddish, he's checked in for DeAndre Hunter. And Chris Dunn subbed in for Trae Young. And so Bogdanovich nails both of them. The Nets have gone 2 of 7 from the field in what's been a cold start to the fourth quarter for them. Here's Griffin. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
When you put a smaller player on Blake, he has the ability to drive it, draw contact, and get to the free throw line.
At the line for 2.
That's good from Blake Griffin.
You know, in high school, he won 4 state titles, voted College Player of the Year at Oklahoma. Blake Griffin, he's used to success.
Looking at who's out there now for the Hawks. Clint Capella, he's checked in for Bruno Fernando. John Cowens comes in for Solomon Hill, and Joe Harris is subbed in for Reddish. Blake Griffin hits them both. We're in the fourth quarter here, just under 2.5 minutes gone. Dunn kicks to Collins. Harden against Bogdanovich. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. Here's what the Atlanta Hawks have lined up on their schedule. On Friday, they'll take on Kevin Love and the Cleveland Cavaliers. Then on Tuesday, they'll take on Chris Middleton and the Milwaukee Bucks.
And, you know, nobody loves playing on the road, but it does offer a good chance to see exactly what your team is made of. This team is going to find out a lot about itself over the next stretch of games.
He's been of no help stretching the floor tonight. Just 1 3 in the first half, nothing in the second.
In transition, here come the Nets. And the whistle blows as the basket counts and a 3-point play chance right here. One free throw coming up.
And it is easy to get spoiled watching Harden. He's had so many games like this in his career, but you still got to appreciate what he does.
And Brooklyn making a change here. Green's checked in. Kevin Huerter, he's checked in for the Hawks. Free throw good from Harden.
And the league's preeminent practitioner of the step-back three, James Harden, is as good as it gets. And, you know, like the skyhook, an unguardable shot. And paired with his dribble drive, a 2-move torture chamber.
Collins, good.
Becoming comfortable from mid-range, Collins makes shots from all 3 levels.
Here's Big Red, and he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more. And thanks to that step back, Harden already the all-time leader in unassisted 3-point shots.
And not to mention 4-point plays. And up until recently, teams built elaborate offenses to create their 3-point looks. Harden the first to do it one-on-one with volume and efficiency.
Miller's checked in for Brooklyn. Then for the Hawks, Bruno Fernando's checked in for Clint Capella. Hill comes in for Collins. And it's Reddish in for Joe Harris. Here's Dunn. And a little over 3.5 minutes in the books so far here in the fourth. Passes to Huerter from outside the arc. Doesn't go that time. And Brooklyn will come the other way. And here's Brooklyn. They're on a 12-4 run. Here's Big Red. He's guarded by Hill. And the officials call him for a 3-second violation. So for the Nets, Green, he's checked in for Griffin. And Landry Shamet subbed in for Kyrie Irving. Atlanta's gone ice cold from 3-point land, 0-4 since the start of the final quarter. Hill looking around, dishes to Reddish. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
Using his athleticism, Reddish fights through the foul and managed to put up the shot.
And he makes the first.
A versatile wing with a good overall skill set. Reddish has a bright future in this league, and I think his peers would agree.
And so he makes both from the line. 1:46 left in the fourth quarter. For Brooklyn, they've gone 4 of 10 here in the final period. Not the time to go cold. Shamet, the pass to Big Red. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
You're next. Number 15. 2 shots.
First one falls for him. And Brooklyn making a change here. Horton Tucker's checked in. So he gets them both. 1:32 left here in the fourth quarter.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest, just a total obliteration, if you will. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for Brooklyn.
This was a team performing to its fullest capability.
A hugely satisfying win. A game that not many will soon forget. And on the other side, one that I think most will try to forget.
And so it'll boost this year's win total for them to 29.
And once the horn sounds, they're going to go up 2-0 in the season series.
And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Kevin Durant.
You know, he was flying around on both ends of the floor. Terrific energy and enthusiasm. And that rubbed off on his teammates. I thought he was a catalyst tonight.
On the heels of this run, you wonder where was this effort earlier on?
Well, the question becomes, are they playing that much better now, or has their opponent taken the rest of the night off?
Here's Big Red. Lost contact on the shot, and now a three-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
Taking no chances. They go on one last run to seal the deal.
Not messing around at all. They were focused, relentless, and they got the job done.
There's 37 seconds left in the fourth. To the inside. And Herter gets it to go.
This is where Herter's toughness comes into play. Inside against physical D.
And here is Shamet. There's the pass to Big Red. Back to Shamet. 6 to shoot to the right side. Puts one up from 19. It's rebounded by Herter. Outdone. And so it's Brooklyn easily grabbing this one. This game may not have been the most exciting we've ever seen, but you have to appreciate just what a clinical performance they put on.
I know their fans appreciated it, and we saw at times just stretches of excellent defense. Potency from an offensive standpoint as well. They were pretty much dominant.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Kevin, thanks. KD, a statement win. How satisfying is it for you?
It was fun. It was fun. We came out and played hard. Guys played together, and this was all that I expected, man. I'm glad that we was able to get the win tonight. We're looking forward to the next game.
We're looking forward to seeing you out there again, man. Thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that'll do it, folks. For Greg Anthony, David Aldridge, Steve Smith, and the rest of our terrific 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. And we'll see you next time.
And if you've applied 20 or more badge points into shooting, you'll earn triple rep. On the Wednesday after that, head back to the rec because it's another chance for you to earn double.
The borough of Brooklyn is the location for the Knicks. A polished game and a will to win. That's what R.J. Barrett brings to the table. His team will lean on his leadership as they get ready for the Battle of Manhattan versus Brooklyn at Barclays Center. Knicks, Nets. We'll be right back on 2K Sports. Broadcasting live, 2K Sports presents the NBA. It's Monday night. This is Kevin Harlan courtside with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, and our reporter tonight on the sideline, David Aldridge. Well, a chance to check out some stats for him.
And you can see the surge in his level of confidence lately just by looking at that true shooting percentage. It's been moving straight up in the past 5 games. I think he's feeling it.
We are nearly ready for the tip-off, but first, let's hear from our very own David Aldridge. DA, it's all yours.
Kevin, thanks very much. James Harden has led the league in points per game the last 3 seasons. And the Beard said, honestly, it's not even about me scoring. Teams are playing me for the pass. I just try to make the best play, and whether that's scoring or passing, every game is different. Kevin, back to you.
DA, he is dangerous in both facets. He's hard to stop. All teams tonight, Greg, love to push the ball up the floor, even off made shots.
You know, trying to find an opening before the half-court D can set up. I think you're going to see more and more of that every year.
I agree. So a look at our starters for the Knicks. Barrett and Randall are in the forward positions. Then there's Derrick Rose. Then it's Mitchell Robinson. And for the Nets, we've got Durant, Harden out there with Kyrie Irving. And there's Big Red, and it's Jordan in at the 5 roaming the paint. And so off the tip, it's Brooklyn. Harden surveying the D. Banked in off the glass.
Guys, it's hard to shake Harden off his game. He's so strong and skilled. He keeps his balance right where he needs it.
Now here's Rose. Pass to Barrett. And here's Randall. He's covered by Irving. Unloads. Randall with the bucket.
Boy, he's a wrecking ball on offense. Randall, so good at finishing inside.
And a physical presence is former Kentucky Wildcat Julius Randle. But he's got some mobility to go along with it, able to move and attack in transition. Boy, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
And you know what? They're going to keep using him. I mean, he'll be the centerpiece of their offense today. You can bank on that.
The Nets shooting their first free throw tonight.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
You know, people have talked about Julius Randle's game. He's a power driver, isn't he, Greg? I mean, the guy just bulldozes all the way in.
I like that phrase, Kev. You know, very fluid for his size. Pretty good ball handler and passer. I think his shooting is where he's still filling in the gaps.
Now, here's Barrett. Last game he had 13, and it's in there.
I love seeing Barrett cash in there. He knows he has what it takes to finish through contact.
And the officials will call the illegal screen right there.
And guys, point of emphasis for the league is to really crack down on illegal screens.
Yeah, you know, he might have gotten away with that a few years ago, but not anymore. No way. Now you've got to be stationary on those screens. No extra hips or elbows, or they'll call it.
Now, here's Barrett. He provides a good amount of offense for the team, averaging around 11.5 points a game. The 9-foot shot. Randall no good.
Well, that's a rare miss for him inside. He may have just rushed it a bit. Maybe lost concentration, too.
Here's Harden. Second shot opportunity. Robinson with the block. And he gets it back. And he recovers it. 6 on the shot clock. And that one's good, Irving.
You can't allow Irving that look. You just can't give him that. He's too talented a player.
Here's Rose. 9-point game his last outing. Here's Randall. A fadeaway J off the mark.
And the fadeaway was the only option he had on that one. Defender there all over.
Pass to Irving. Harden outside. Good, and the assist goes to Irving. Harden's got 7. Knicks trail by 5. Outside Robinson. First quarter of basketball, just over 2.5 minutes play. A step back shot here. Rose, good.
Boy, you look at Rose and you just love the imagination he brings to his offensive game. You know, this guy is constantly pushing the boundaries of his basketball ability.
Now here's Jordan. He's averaging a bit over 5 points a game. Here's Harden, back to Jordan, and it's Jordan with the jam.
Boy, Jordan is an alley-oop specialist, a big target with strength and bounce.
Rose passes to Randall, back to Rose. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Robinson finds Randall. Over Irving. And it's wide right. It's off the rim.
The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter.
And there's the pass to KD. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
And the Knicks decide to take their first time out here. Look, I know you've played for some great coaches in your day. What is it that separates the truly elite coaches, in your opinion, from just coaches that are pretty good?
I think the one attribute that's most important for a great coach is consistency. And I've said this, you can coach a lot of different ways, you can win a lot of different ways, but you've got to be sincere and true to your principles and your philosophy. And those are the coaches, and I've had them that have done it different ways, but they've been the most successful. And listen, you've also at the professional level, you've got to have a presence about you. You got to have some charisma out there as well to get these men to buy in.
For the Nets. Blake Griffin, he's checked in for Jordan. Nicholas Claxton comes in for Big Red. Gerald Green, he's checked in for Kevin Durant. And Dinwiddie subbed in for Kyrie Irving. Now here's Payton. He averages about 5 points a game. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. It's going to be on Blake Griffin.
I like the fact that Payton is aggressive in forcing the defense's hand. He's not easy to match up against, given how smart he is and his size.
And let's take a moment, guys, to get your take on the scoring so far for the Nets.
With the aggression they're showing early on, I mean, they're driving it to the hoop with authority and force.
And also another aspect of their game that's been super so far tonight is how they've been sharing the basketball.
Elfrid Payton is known primarily for his playmaking ability. The way he moves the ball is exactly what you want from your point guard.
And both free throws good for Payton. Brooklyn leading by 5. 1:43 left in the first. The 3 from Harden. The Knicks pull it in. Defeated by the Wizards in their last game, they'll try to put that one behind them.
Yeah, for that loss, you can credit their defense or lack thereof. Too many breakdowns on that end of the floor.
Yeah, and that's really inexcusable. I mean, there's just no way that you can justify that. When you don't put the work in on defense, you're going to end up on the losing end.
Payton finds Burks. Over Harden. And the Knicks miss again.
Boy, he's got to be kicking himself for failing to make that shot. That's money.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. I mean, that's the message they were sending with that foul. Nothing easy inside.
And this will be his second and third shots at the line here.
Gotta admire what he's been able to do at the free throw line this season. How about over 90%?
And I'll tell you guys, I mean, to see the improvement he's made in his free throw shooting in the space of just one season, I think it's been remarkable.
The first one falls.
You know, it's become almost a foregone conclusion that Harden is going to lead the league in free throw attempts every year. He is a master at getting to the line.
Good on both.
He's as solid as it gets from the line. I mean, give him the opportunity. He's cashing in on those.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Barrett. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. It's going to be on Blake Griffin.
Nice pump fake there. Barrett is an all effort and athleticism. He pays attention to his craft.
And the first one at the line is good.
Born in Toronto, Barrett joins a talented group of Canadians who have entered the NBA ranks.
And that's good as he hits both of his shots. Nets leading by 5. Dinwiddie outside. This one for 3. The second chance effort. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. Brooklyn shooting their 4th and 5th attempts at the free throw line tonight.
At the line for 2.
Shooting 2.
And he knocks down the first one. He's perfect from the line this time. There's 37 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Payton with the ball, and Griffin picks him up defensively, and that one's good. Noel.
Really got to admire the way Noel adjusts after contact. Excellent body control by the big man.
And the jam by Harden.
And just tacks a few more points onto their lead with the tomahawk.
That's bringing it down hard.
Guys, it is symbolic of their effort here tonight.
And here's Burks. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. From deep. And that would have counted, but his shot was off the mark this time. And so it's Brooklyn, bringing the quarter to a close with a 7-point lead. They're pounding the ball inside, and that's where they've gotten their best production tonight. And don't go away. We'll be right back. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And guys, what stands out to you from the Nets in this one?
Impressive start. They came in with a well-conceived game plan and have executed.
Yeah, you know what? Makes it really easy for the coaching staff in that case. No adjustments needed. Just keep on keeping on.
Knicks trail by 7. We've got Harden. Griffin is out there with Green, and it's Dinwiddie in at the point guard. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. Heat. It's hauled in by Claxton. Harden outside. And he can't extend the lead to double digits.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
Back to Payton. Just 5 on the clock. He's off on that one. Dinwiddie with some nice D. Pass to Harden. And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a three-point play.
They've been going to him an awful lot this game, and you can see why. He's pouring it on.
Greg, how hard is it to maintain focus this time of year when you know you're on a championship contending team?
You know, some of that I think depends on the leadership you have in your locker room. Certain guys just keep everybody engaged and motivated. And you know what? You've got to break the season down into chapters to help yourself with the motivation, because sometimes that season can be so long and it's hard to stay focused in the present when you start thinking.
Free throw good from Harden. And here's Payton. He'll bring it up for the New York Knicks, trailing by 10. At the conclusion of this game, they're off to Washington. They'll face the Wizards. That will conclude their brief 2-game road trip. And Jordan sends it back.
When Jordan comes to deny a shot, his size and reach give him a big advantage.
The D just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA, the lead is what it is right now.
You know, you look at it, the communication is lacking, as is the trust. They can ill afford those types of breakdowns. It won't work. You can't win with those kind of breakdowns.
Now, here is Robinson. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. 2 on the clock, and he comes up with the deuce.
And when Payton is a part of the pick and roll, I mean, this guy's got a lot of game, and because of that, he keeps the defense on its heels.
Here's Big Red. He's defended by Randall. And now the Knicks on the break. Quickly, shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. It's going to be on James Harden. It's his first trip to the line.
And just a top-notch free throw shooter this year, all the way up there at 88%.
And guys, I think that's a tribute to his work ethic. I mean, it's not by accident that he's enjoying the success he is at the free throw line.
The first free throw is good. And Brooklyn making a change here. Irving's checked in. And the Knicks making a change here as well. Derrick Rose is checked in for Payton. Both good from the line that time. We're now about 2 minutes into the second quarter. Here's Big Red. He picked up 21 points in their last win against Atlanta.
And he also chipped in with a couple blocks in that game. Just a hint at the impact he had on the defensive side.
And the shot goes down. Durant's got his second basket of the game.
Boy, being able to score from any place on the court makes Durant a space creator for his team. I mean, it's not just inside. It's not just threes. It's that mid-range game, too.
Now, here's Durant. A 14-point game for him in the win against Atlanta.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
If it's working, keep working it. That's what I say. Keep the pressure on.
Out of hand on it. And now here's Durant, the fast break opportunity. Irving finds Jordan, takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
Irving showing you he's a frame ahead of his opponent with that nice imagination on offense.
Robinson passes to Rose, looking to end the run, and Jordan sends it back. Now here's Dinwiddie. He's tightly guarded. That one misses. Knicks trail by 15. On up the court. Burks' shot is good.
You gotta love his hustle, leaving the defense no time to react.
And, you know, you're going to get those buckets, guys, when you're quick to get out on the break. Get that ball up the court as fast as you can.
And the first timeout called of the game for Brooklyn. They beat the Knicks during their last encounter in New York.
Yeah, those road games are tricky, but they had a good strategy going in and stuck to what they do best.
Yeah, you know, game balls all around in that one. A terrific team effort. They trusted in their system and executed well to get the win.
The Knicks making a change here. Barrett's checked in. And a look at the block shot number over the last few seasons for Mitchell Robinson.
The blocks just aren't coming for him nearly as much as they were a few years ago. I think he's lost a little something in terms of that intimidation factor and that ability to change a game with his interior defense, and that's too bad.
Big Red passes to Irving. Outside Jordan, back to Irving. Shot on the wing. It's stolen by Randall. Rose against Irving. Robinson, nice pass. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup.
Rose, a very solid floor general. I think that's an underrated part of his game. He's excellent at finding his teammates.
Dinwiddie outside. And again, no good by Brooklyn. So it looks like the Nets will retain possession here.
And he made the right read on that play, but just couldn't secure the steal.
You know, fellas, 1 second quicker, and that's going the other way.
Gerald Green, he's checked in for Dinwiddie. Taj Gibson's checked in for the Knicks. Nerlens Noel comes in for Randall. KD passes to Big Red. Here's Irving. Corner shot. Good on the jump shot. And the Nets lead by 13.
The team does a nice job supporting what Kyrie Irving does. I mean, they've got total trust in his ability, so I think they work a lot harder to set him up.
Now here's Gibson. Still looking for his first bucket in this one.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Yeah, double-digit advantage on the scoreboard. They've taken the initiative. They've played, I think, with more purpose so far.
Oh, and the lead gets bigger on a ridiculous offensive sequence.
That dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop.
Well, I tell you what, they've got this team just a step away from being completely asleep.
Some changes for Brooklyn. Griffin's checked in for DeAndre Jordan. Nicholas Claxton comes in for Big Red. And James Harden subbed in for Green. And the Knicks making a change here as well. Peyton, he's checked in for Alec Burks. Knicks trail by 15. Peyton kicks to Gibson. New York moving the ball around. 52 seconds left in the first half. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. Well, you might have been wondering who the top scoring small forwards have been over the last 10 games. Wonder no more. Here's a peek. 5th is R.J. Barrett.
I mean, tremendously gifted athletically. I mean, we're used to seeing that at that spot on the floor, and they pretty much all give astonishing individual performances on any given night.
Well, we know the small forward spot is where the bulk of the scoring load rests on most teams. I mean, those players on that list always come through in the scoring department. These guys pack a lot of firepower.
And getting to the line and hitting your free throws, a good way to get back into the game. It stops the clock and extends the game and allows you the opportunity to set your defense. They've been perfect from the line so far here in the second quarter.
That's also good. So he hits both free throws. 50 seconds left in the second quarter. Moving with it. Looking at his numbers, he averages a bit over 9 points a game. Harden's shot is good.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
Well, when you look at the assist totals, heck, they've been clearly the better team.
For New York, they have been at their finest 4 at the free throw line tonight. 8 attempts, 8 makes.
And on the season, you know, they're hitting about 76%, which is a decent rate.
And they've increased their percentage quite a bit since last season, guys.
Free throw drops for Rose.
You know what? We've recently been able to watch a different Rose here. I mean, a better, more efficient, more confident player. Man, I love seeing that.
And Rose drops them both. 5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Passes it to Harden. Takes it off the glass. Harden's got 8 points here in this quarter.
Boy, I tell you what, when Harden decides to turn it up, then you're turned out. It is a sight to see, folks. I mean, relentless, instinctive, tremendous night so far for him.
And Rose, wide open, he shoots. James Harden getting it done for the Brooklyn Nets. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific basketball instinct on display. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Kevin, thanks. New Orleans, you guys had a tough time stopping their offense in the first half. What do you have to do differently?
You know, we got to protect the paint. They're getting way too many easy baskets. You know, that's us communication on front and the post and, you know, just communicating a lot more.
We'll see if those changes stick. Thanks for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. And stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the third quarter started.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. So far, a pretty lopsided game, but still one half to play. I'm Ernie Johnson, joined by Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. James Harden led the way in the first half. He ended up with 19 points and 1 assist. And from what we saw so far from the Nets, Kenny, what's your takeaway?
There's been one thing that's made a difference in this game above all else: their control of the backboard. They put forth an amazing effort on the glass, and the rebounding numbers aren't even close, Ernie. That'll be something to keep an eye on in the second half. They will be very tough to contain if that continues.
And now, Shaq, let's get your opinion on New York.
Well, they're obviously facing a hot shooting team tonight. That combined with a lackluster effort on defense, recipe for disaster. Without major improvements defensively, this game is OVA, over.
And that's going to do it for us here. The second half of action is coming your way.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. A fantastic game from Harden in this one.
And he's shown just how adept he can be at creating contact and then cashing in at the line.
Well, you know, in that first half, it was a common occurrence. He got to the stripe time and time again.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it has been a runaway. And New York, looking at who they've got, it's Randall and Robinson at the 4 and the 5. Then it's R.J. Barrett. And it's Rose.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A +10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
And the shot is good. Durant's got 9. Hey, Greg, if you could coach one team right now, who would it be?
That's a tough one. Clippers, Lakers, Bucks. You know what? I would probably go Lakers or Bucks because you would have an opportunity to coach someone who arguably might be considered the best to ever play the game. Because I think Giannis is trending in that direction, and LeBron obviously already is.
How about a guy like Kemba Walker and coaching the Celtics, having him to do what you want to do on the floor?
Oh, he'd be brilliant. And
yeah.
Kemba, one of the most underrated leaders in our game. Great, great human being.
And the first one drops.
And as he gets older, we've seen Derrick Rose coming out of his shell a bit more. Early in his career, he was wary of strangers and the media.
And both free throws good for Rose. And growing up, Derrick Rose protected by his family from the dangers of Chicago. Then, Greg, after starring at the University of Memphis, he was drafted by his hometown Bull.
Anointed a savior from day one. And you talk about a life under the microscope. Sports writers picking him apart, rabid fans wanting a piece. In a lot of ways, it's probably better for him not playing in Chicago.
And it's the Knicks with the ball, following the bucket by the Nets.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be, because he is so strong in the paint.
Hammers the alley-oop through.
Well-rounded effort, and they showed no signs of letting up.
Almost no holes in their performance tonight. They've been tremendous.
New York calls timeout.
Well, it's been an express lane to the rim. Coach can't be happy about that.
And, you know, I think he's going to tell them simply, we have to show more fight on the interior. That's the top priority right now.
This break gives us the chance to see which teams have been the most successful in the transition game this month. Number 1, the Nets. Number 5, the Knicks.
Yeah, I mean, the fast break is really the focus for both of these clubs. I mean, we've seen them take it up a notch here of late and really playing with a fast tempo.
Now here's Rose. He has 6. Here's Barrett, and Barrett slams it in.
And you see the edge Barrett plays with, attacking the rim with bad intention.
Durant, wide open, he fires, and he buries that one, drilling the rim on the way down.
Coming off a big game, his confidence couldn't be higher, and coach knows it.
Showing no signs of slowing or cooling down. They're going to ride him as far as he can take him.
Now here's Rose. The scoring numbers have been solid for him. He's averaging just under 14 points a game. On the clock. Here's Randall. It's deflected, and they force the shot clock violation. Great D. A fantastic mobile one block. This one deserves another look.
Determined to protect the lead with the all-out effort defensively. Superb anticipation on the block.
Dinwiddie's checked in for Kyrie Irving. Alec Burks checked in for New York. And the Nets with possession here. They lead by 20. It's the most we've seen. KD passes to Harden. Lets it go. That's in, coming off the assist from KD. KD's got 3 assists tonight. Well, we're into the third quarter, just over 2.5 minutes played. A rebound by the Nets.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Guys, that's putting it mildly. I mean, they've been absolutely dominant.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Here's Randall after the basket by Brooklyn. He kicks it to Barrett. Dinwiddie with the steal. Inside, he dents the rim with a two-handed slam. Wow.
Hey, whatever adjustments they made at halftime, they are working to perfection.
You know, they came out of the locker room, revved up the gas pedal, and haven't slowed down yet.
And it's sent back by KD. Here's Big Red, and again, it's Brooklyn converting.
Just impressed with the teamwork out there, setting the table for one another.
5 straight baskets resulting from assists. They're playing as one unit out there.
Time call here. The Knicks decide to talk it over.
Yeah, things not going their way, and he wants to just try to talk this one over.
And you know what, guys? If for nothing else, just to slow things down a little bit, change it up somewhat.
Griffin's check in for the Nets. Green comes in for Kevin Durant.
A moment now to see the numbers for Big Red. First in shooting percentage, first in free throw percentage. And defensively, he controls the airspace like no other, ranking second in the league in blocks per game.
And you're right, he's been the pinnacle of scoring efficiency. Never seems to take a bad shot. That's why he's tops in field goal percentage. No good off the back of the rim.
I mean, look, no one guarding you. It's better to not pull up and try the leaner. Boy, you can just see the frustration growing on their faces. Nothing going their way.
You know, guys, no denying it's been a rough patch here. I think they've got to run whatever is best in their playbook to get a good shot.
And so it's New York with it. After the basket by Brooklyn, knocks it loose. Here's Barrett. No good again that time.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's going to buy himself a ticket to the bench. If he keeps shooting it like that, he has been putrid here this quarter.
Good on the three-point shot.
Well, he is a volume three-point shooter, and when you look at Green, he's dangerous from that three-point line.
Outside Gibson. We've got 1:08 left in the third quarter. Here's Barrett. Noel trying to break loose. And Barrett with the basket on the assist by Gibson.
I tell you what a good thing that he showed up today, because without him, this thing would already be over.
Green, the pass to Harden. He makes his 9th shot of the game. He has only missed 4.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness. If they don't, things are just going to get worse from here.
Now, here's Barrett. 10 points for him. Griffin passes to Harden. Here's Big Red, and he gets the bucket. Big Red's got 12 points now in the quarter.
Not a lot of resistance on the inside, and they're taking full advantage.
The play in the paint has gone almost entirely all their way.
Green against Barrett. 12 seconds left in the third. Shot clock at 6. Takes a 3. The shot misses. And so it's the Brooklyn Nets sitting pretty as the quarter comes to a close. Their lead all the way up there at 35 points. A look at the field goal percentage numbers tells the story of what tough defense they're playing today. Right back after this break. How about a look at today's State Farm assist of the game?
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
For me, next to the big-time alley-oops and monster throwdowns, passes like that are probably the next best thing when it comes to sweet-looking NBA highlights.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. They've got Griffin. Irving is out there with Gerald Green. Then there's Darius Miller, and it's Claxton in at the 4 spot. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash-mouth physical basketball, guys.
Pass to Knox. Lets it go with a 3. That shot off. And it's the Nets taking it the other way. Their next game is at the Rockets Arena in Houston for a game with the Rockets. That one will start off a 3-game road trip for the team. And let's see what the Nets have coming up. On Wednesday, they'll take on John Wall and the Houston Rockets. And then on Friday, they'll take on Karl Anthony Towns and the Minnesota Timberwolves.
And looking at the Dallas matchup, this is one where it would take a complete meltdown for them not to come away with the win. Anything can happen, but I'd be shocked if they don't come out on top.
Free throw drops for Griffin.
And Blake Griffin is just an incredible athlete, explosive and great balance and mobility, powerful. A big guy who can flat out throw it down, and he also can pass it too.
Both shots good from the stripe. The Knicks shooting a pretty pitiful 25% in this game. Offensively, they can't get anything going. Here's Knox, covered by Miller, and there's the call on Kyrie Irving. That's his first foul. Jeff Green, he's checked in for the Nets.
Jeff Green.
Now, here's Toppin, guarded by Green, and it's Gibson finishing it off.
I like the fact that Gibson did not settle for the layup there. He took it hard and threw it down.
Irving drives in, and he uses the glass on the layup. Irving's got 4 points now in the quarter.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And when you make 5 in a row in close like that, it also takes pressure off your perimeter guys, too.
Here's Knox, and there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
And one step ahead of the defense with that solid screen.
And then, Greg, the monster dunk to finish it off.
Boy, picture-perfect teamwork that time, guys. One guy sacrificing for the other. That's how you succeed in this league.
Here's Irving, following the score by New York. Here's Claxton, and he battles for the ball and gets the second chance bucket.
The tenacity on the interior, just battling, bringing that effort and will for second chance points.
Here's Knox, and no good. Great D that time from Green. Now Miller. Green in the post. Gibson on him. Here's Irving. And again, it's Brooklyn converting.
And that set them apart today, guys. Their success with the mid-range.
Simply taking advantage of what the defense has given them, and they've really made the most of it.
The pass to Toppin. Here's Knox. Just over 2.5 minutes played now here in the final quarter of regulation. Pass to Irving. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
Passes it to Knox. The rebound by the Nets. Claxton's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight.
Yeah, you know, they're losing in large part because he's not playing well. It's really as simple as that.
Now here's Irving. It's good again, and an excellent 7 for 8 shooting night so far.
Boy, he's really been on a roll this quarter. Seems like everything he throws up is finding bottom.
Pass to Ntilikina. Now here's Toppin to end the run. It's hauled in by Claxton. Claxton's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. The pass to Miller. Rebounded by Knox. For New York, they've gone 2 of 7 from the field in what's been a cold start to the 4th quarter for them. Some solid defense there from Irving. And it's Irving with the ball for the Brooklyn Nets. Here in the 4th, they've allowed just 4 points on the wing. Miller. Pass to Claxton. Lock at 6. Outside, Green. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot. The Knicks shooting just 26% out there. A terrible showing from an offense capable of much better. But they'll get another chance. Now, here's Toppin. He's guarded closely. There's the 3. Knocks down the 3 ball.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for the Nets.
You don't see this kind of a blowout often, but tonight this is a quality win across the board to deliver out this kind of punishment.
They definitely never changed the approach. They just kept after it and showed they were clearly the better team in just about every single category.
And so taking a look at their record, a nice milestone they'll be picking up tonight. 30 wins on the year now.
And this will be their 3rd win in 3 tries against these guys. They match up so well.
They really do. I mean, there's one more game to play in this season series, and barring any major changes to their team, I'd have to believe the sweep will be in order.
And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for James Harden.
Just an outpouring of points from him. Nobody could do much to keep him from dropping it in.
That free throw good from Kyrie Irving.
Boy, what a journey it's been for Irving. An all-star, a champion. He's played on the U.S. national team and even did a little acting along the way.
Passes it to Knox. Misses off the left iron.
And he has definitely been struggling in this quarter.
You know, guys, it seems to me as though he's over-anxious. He seems to be pressing, trying too hard, moving too fast. Just needs to calm himself down and wait for good shots.
And so it's New York with it after Jeff Green's bucket. Toppin, good.
I like the play call. Very solid, making perfect use of the pick to get a great look.
And they can just dribble the ball until the buzzer.
Yeah, they got to be happy with the outcome.
Now, here is Irving. And so it's Brooklyn easily grabbing this one. It was a tale of 2 teams tonight. One that was in total control, operating flawlessly, and the other just searching for answers that they could never find.
I mean, the energy here is just so tremendous. Fans involved from the get-go, and once they started to really pour it on, it was fun to see that rhythm and flow from their perspective.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. James, another explosive score and productive night for you. How'd you get into that rhythm?
My teammates did an unbelievable job tonight, man. Every night, every single night of, getting me open, getting me shots, and we came away with the victory. That's all that matters.
Well, they did a great job, man, but so did you. Thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
David, thank you as always. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. We'll see you next time. Have a great evening.
Welcome to a brand new episode of NBA 2K TV. We're nearing the end of the season, and that means it's time for the highly anticipated Top Play of the Year vote.
Yes, all season long you've been submitting your plays and voting.
The Brooklyn Nets coming into the building and looking sharp, and they hope to be sharp on the court too as they get ready to go to work on the road. And that shot should leave no doubt as to where we are tonight. It's the Toyota Center here in downtown Houston, Texas. Welcome, everyone. Thanks for tuning into 2K Sports. We've got some NBA action for you coming up. Tonight, it'll be the Brooklyn Nets going up against the Houston Rockets here in Toyota Center. Joined now by Greg Anthony, Chris Webber, and our sideline reporter David Aldridge. This is Kevin Harlan. With us tonight, one of the quickest players in league history, Kenny the Jet Smith. I almost feel like I should say your name fast because that's the way you played the game.
Well, thanks for having me.
Yeah, it's good to have you.
But is the show going to be fast? Because I heard like it's a little bit less time down here than it is up top.
Well, I think it goes by so quickly.
It's not quite jet quick, but it does play with some pace.
Because when you guys are home sleeping, we're still on the air.
Yeah.
I just want you to know that.
That is true.
That
is true.
We might be having a tea for two after.
There it is.
On the air.
There it is.
And that is true.
Whatever that is.
GA, take it away.
Kevin, thanks very much. We have all heard the rumors regarding Kyrie Irving's moodiness. His teammate Kevin Durant said, Kyrie is an artist. He has his way of doing things, and I support him 100%. Irving said, human beings have mood swings. I don't have to be perfect. My teammates know who I am, and I'm proud of who I am. Kevin?
All right, David, thank you. Kenny, your shot mechanics look polished, even back in college. Some guys take longer to have that thing look smooth and make some sense optically.
Well, it's repetition more than the visual. So the more you, like I actually shot the ball and my left hand stays on too long, so I had a side spin. It didn't have a natural revolution. So Marcus Smart comes to mind, Lonzo Ball, but the repetition will help you.
And, there are some guys that, some of the great shooters don't have great. Ray Allen, Kobe.
Yeah.
Kobe shot it with
Larry
a little
Bird's form was different.
But, they perfected it.
So the Nets starting five. We've got DeAndre Jordan, Big Red out there with Durant. Then it's Harden, and it's Irving in at the one. And for the Rockets, we've got Kelly Olynyk. Porter is out there with Wall. Then it's Christian Wood. And it's Gordon in at the three spot.
One shot.
On the free throw, no good.
As the #1 pick in the draft, Wall has always had a lot of pressure on him, and he does everything he can to live up to those expectations.
On the wing, Irving, guarded by Porter. Here's Big Red, and the layup's good off the glass. Kenny, of course, you were nicknamed the Jet for a reason. Who do you think is the fastest player right now going end-to-end in the league?
With the ball, right now is De'Aaron Fox. With the ball. Russell Westbrook is probably just...
Ben Simmons isn't too far behind them either.
But he's more speed and power.
Yeah.
But in talk about...
But
I had a thing one time, and it was they scored. The team scored with 7 minutes and 17 seconds. I scored. It was 7 minutes and 15 seconds.
In two seconds.
And it was only on an outlet.
Yeah.
It wasn't a long pass.
You got it in stride.
In stride, and then 2 seconds later.
Wow.
So De'Aaron Fox could do that.
That's fast.
Yeah. That's jet-like.
Thus the name. Here's Irving. The Rockets making the shot. And there's KD. That's good on the assist by Irving.
Showing how unselfish he can be. Irving recognizing the importance of keeping his teammates involved.
All against Irving. Off on the layup.
He doesn't get the finish, but the D's got to be quicker to rotate and stop him from getting to the rim.
Played in with a nice touch off the glass. You hear players talk about growing up the first time they ever dunked, a magical moment. Kenny, I'm sure you can think about that moment. What stands out for you more? The first time you dunked in a game, or the first one overall when you were a kid growing up in New York?
I said there's 3 magical moments for me.
Besides this?
Yeah.
Besides sitting here courtside.
This is more than magic.
Make it 4.
This is more than magic. This is much more.
Much more than magic.
My first moment, first basketball game ever. I remember that vividly. I was in the 3rd grade. So I was 7 or 8 years old. Yeah. First game ever. I remember putting on a uniform for the first time. Other than that, I never had a uniform. So I remember that. First college game, running out for North Carolina. And the last moment is, which no NBA team does, I cut the nets down when we won the championship. So those are my 3 most memorable.
I do remember, and it's funny how much time I spent the first time I dunked.
You remember that? You know
why? We were all pretty athletic back then. But like what I remember most about it though is, you know how many hours you would spend trying to get that first dunk, right? I mean, you would be in the gym literally for
I don't remember
hours.
my first dunk.
And how old?
9th grade.
Great.
Heaven or earth.
The winning mindset of Durant. Unselfish all the way.
And a scorer the likes of James Harden, it seems like he's broken it down to a science.
Yes. Footwork, create space, and be a heck of a shooter.
Did you look at the way you played, Kenny, as science, like we're talking about here with Harden?
Not maybe as easily observed as he is, but I had a game plan. I'm like, I'm going to get it from free throw line to free throw line as fast as I can. That's my first thought. I'm going to, on pick and rolls, get 2 feet in the paint. That's my second. And every inch that you give me at the three-point line, I'm letting it go.
I love that answer. I love that answer.
And it's a great approach. And this guy, he really has mastered the game in terms of just his overall approach to scoring the basketball. And I'll tell you another thing. I've never seen a guy with the degree of difficulty for his complete arsenal. You never see him just get an uncontested layup or catch and shoot 3. Everything he has to create. Trying to find some answers offensively.
Bad shot selection as well as some bad luck. I mean, that's not going to help you score points.
Houston, a whole new 5 on the floor. And then for Brooklyn, Griffin's checked in for Jordan. Gerald Green comes in for Kevin Durant. And Dinwiddie subbed in for James Harden.
The NBA is such an international phenomenon, Kenny. Tearing up this league are some young guns who started outside of the U.S.
Yeah, Giannis, Jokic and Doncic, they come to mind. They're probably 3 of the top 10 players in basketball right now. It's not, I don't even say it anymore. I don't say international player. I just say he's a player now. I never think about Giannis as an international player.
Our game's been global for so long now that's a great point because, we had Dirk and we've had Nash and we've had Akeem. Some of our all-time greats weren't from America. Yep. And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
Rockets have started out 0 of 1 from the line, missing their only other attempt early.
And it's been an average year, really, at the free throw line for this group, only around 75%.
Shooting 2.
First free throw is good. And the Nets making a change here. Claxton's checked in. He makes 1 of 2 that time. Kenny, your teammate Akeem Olajuwon, a lead on both ends. Who do you think is the best all-around big man in the game right now?
Well, as great as Akeem was, Shaq was probably just the greatest ball handler as guys today. You think about that, like Giannis and Embiid, those 2 come to mind. They probably would have gave it to Shaq, but he would have had his shit.
And so it's Houston with it, following the bucket by the Nets. Augustine. It's up and it's off the mark. He's 0 for 1. Got a piece of it. An even 3-on-3 break. And 1:01 left in the first quarter. 5 to shoot. Here's Tate, and he drops in the layup off the glass.
Yeah, and there it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great inside position.
Irving passes to Dinwiddie. A baseline J, and it's Irving missing.
Jesus surprises anyone with that miss. When he's left alone like that, you can usually count it.
Here's Augustine. It's hauled in by Claxton. Nets leading by 3. 2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Green kicks to Irving. Misses the jumper.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that one.
At the end of one, a closely contested game so far. Nets lead by 3. And don't go away. We'll be back with the action for the start of the second quarter in just a moment. Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after the first quarter of play. And from Brooklyn guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
Yeah, in that first period, they looked to push in transition at every opportunity.
With the game being fast-paced these days, you can expect this from a lot of teams, but they did it very well.
Nets leading by 3, setting the floor for the Nets. We've got Green. Griffin is out there with Harden, and it's Claxton in at the force. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. Now that we have a second, take a look at the teams that have scored the most points off turnovers over the last 10 games. Number 1, the Nets.
I mean, they've gotten a little more aggressive defensively. You can become a more confident team on that end, and so much of it, I think, has to do with forcing turnovers and creating offense.
A free throw drops for Griffin.
Love watching Griffin play the game. I mean, he has a lot of confidence in his abilities. He's terrific at staying aggressive.
Kevin Durant's checked in for the Nets. Griffin hits them both. You know, every player has that moment when they know it's their last season in the league. Their body tells them, the mind probably leads them in that direction. Did you know, Kenny, when it was time to retire?
When the paycheck stopped coming, I was like, oh, I think it's time to give it up.
No, your body, right?
Oh, my body.
Yeah.
Oh, that was one reason. But then there's a play in basketball when you get a steal. You take a picture back to see who's chasing you. And when you realize when you're young, guys don't chase you. They have that body language, they're not coming after you. But when you turn around and they all have that body language like they're coming after you, it's time to retire.
Man, the funny thing for me, being more of a defensive player, I never forget, it was a loose ball, like at half court, and I was like 5-6 feet from it. And I looked at it and I said to myself, can I get that? And by the time I processed it,
it was gone.
The young fella had already got it. I went home and cried that night. True story, because I knew.
Really?
Time to hang him up, baby.
Yeah. How old were you?
I was 34.
You know who the real guy made me retire? Darryl Armstrong. It was a preseason game. I was with Detroit, and this guy full pressured me, and I couldn't really bring the ball. I couldn't bring the ball up. I couldn't bring it up. I had to let somebody else bring the ball up. He was pressuring me. I was like, it's time.
Here's Dinwiddie, following the score by Houston. And finished off by KD.
That's how you talk trash, with a dunk. KD telling the other bench, you can't touch this.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight. DeAndre Jordan's checked in for Brooklyn. Big Red comes in for Nicholas Claxton. Free throw drops for KD. Kenny, when you first came into the NBA, your coach was one of the all-time greats. Bill Russell in Sacramento, coaching that time the Kings. Was it intimidating for you at all?
Yes. It wasn't intimidating because of his basketball stature. I was more intimidated because of his social consciousness stature, of who he was as, knowing Malcolm X and Martin Luther King, and that I was like, whoa. He was telling me stories so casually. So, Martin and I, like Martin Luther King. He's like, Malcolm and I, Malcolm in the middle? No, Malcolm X. I'm like, wow, that blew my mind.
Here is Wall, following the basket by DeAndre Jordan. Can't get it to fall.
And battling hard on the glass, they hold the advantage here so far.
I like the confidence of Wall inside. When he gets to his spot, he goes right to work.
Now, here's Dinwiddie. Pass to Harden. A 3-ball. It's hauled in by Wood. Rockets trail by 4. Here's Porter. And he floats in for the easy 2. Credit the assist on that one.
Well, he's a guy that can do many things well. Gordon is far from just a shooter. He's good at passing, too.
Dinwiddie with it. He's picked up by Wall. Dinwiddie with it. Outside Durant. Launches a 3. And again, no good by Brooklyn. For Houston, they've gone 4 of 7 from the field in this second quarter so far. Gordon kicks to Wall. Just 4 to shoot. From deep three-point range, he can't get that one. And it's the Nets taking it the other way.
His field goal percentage has dipped this quarter. I mean, his movement has to be better. He has to find the open spots on the floor.
Jordan trying to free himself up, and there it is for him. Big Red's have got his second bucket of the night.
Good recognition from Durant. He's a talented passer.
Outside, Wall. And the foul on Harden. That's his first foul. DJ Augustine's checked in for John Wall. And then for Brooklyn, Gerald Green, he's checked in for Durant. And it's Kyrie Irving in for Dinwiddie. Here is Porter. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game. Puts it up from 12. It's tipped. And here comes Harden, leading the fast break.
Wow, and Harden attracts so much attention from the defense. He creates shot opportunities for his guys.
Rockets trail by 6. Kenny, always fascinating to get your take. We sure appreciate you coming by.
Man, it's great to be here, man. Thanks for having me, man. Happy to be here. This is the best studio show up top, but we got the best down here by the bottom.
Are they paying you well? Are they paying you well?
Not as well as y'all are. I tell you, not as well as y'all are.
And Z-Web, what can you say? Kenny Smith never one to pull any punches when he's talking about basketball, or anything for that matter.
Yeah, definitely. And he was such an integral piece to those Hakeem Olajuwon championship teams there in Houston.
And team strategies closely guarded. One aspect of the game the fans aren't always privy to.
Yeah, and sometimes it's the most subtle moves that make the biggest difference.
Now to check out how the All-Star voting is shaping up.
And I tell you, the excitement's starting to ratchet up a little bit as the tallies start coming in.
Look at Harden. He's all the way up there at number 3 in the Eastern Conference fan voting.
And you'd be crazy not to give him your vote. What he's done this season has been nothing short of spectacular.
And keep tuning in for updated results. You can visit NBA.com for more.
And it doesn't even matter that he's surrounded on that possession. He's got the size to pull those boards down anyway.
Big red passes to Harden. The 3. The Rockets pull it in. And moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of the Warriors.
Scoring efficiency was an issue in that one. Took them too many shots to get their points.
They had a hard time taking the lid off the basket. Their offense just looked flat.
Now here's Irving. They lead by 6, their biggest margin. And it's Green with the jam.
Man, he can get up there and go and get it. Green, to me, he's the ideal player to have on the back end of an alley-oop.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
For Houston, they have shot 1 of 3 from the line tonight, missing 2 earlier on.
At the line for 2.
Shooting 2.
The free throw drops for Augustine. Nicholas Claxton's checked in for Gerald Green. Both free throws good from Augustine.
And at the line, it's all about consistency with him. His routine, his stroke, it never wavers.
8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Pass to Irving. Happy to see that one go in for his second make in 5 attempts.
Amazing confidence from Irving. He's so skilled at getting inside and getting the shot he wants.
Irving against Augustine. And so we wrap up the first half. It's the Nets up by 8. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks a lot. Kyrie, what was your plan for tonight?
I was trying to get assists in the beginning, and just having a good time out here. Got it going a little bit. Enjoying myself.
Okay, Kyrie, we'll see you in the second half. Thanks a lot. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks so much, Dave, for the great interview. Don't go away, folks. We'll be back for the second half of basketball right after this.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Good to see you back here on our halftime show. Well, actually, we can't see you, but you can see us, but you get it. Ernie Johnson, Kenny the Jet Smith, Shaquille O'Neal. You're watching the NBA on 2K Sports. And gracing us with his presence once again, after his stirring performance with the live crew, at least that's what the card I'm reading says, and it was written by the always terrific Kenny Smith.
Well, you know what it was? You called it the live crew. But you know what it was when I was down there?
No.
You know it's always.
You know what, Kenny? Yeah, I'm not a hater on the congratulations.
Thank you.
And I must say, you did a great job.
Thank you.
Liked it almost as much as the regular broadcast. I was impressed.
And that's all we have for now. Tell the folks goodbye, Shaq. Tell the folks goodbye,
Goodbye.
Kenny. Goodbye. Go to Kevin Harlan.
And we hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. We're halfway through the game. We've seen Kevin Durant really having a great game.
The way he was able to finish on the block was incredible there in that first half.
Bringing the physicality. I mean, they kept working it to him, and he kept delivering.
We played through the first half. Plenty of basketball, though, left in this one. Greg, you showed toughness and grit when you played. You've got to succeed in this league with those things at the forefront, right? Being tough, being gritty. And there are several players whose style you admire that play like that.
I mean, no doubt about it. You have the superstars, the Kawhis, the LeBrons, who continue to do it. They can intimidate you physically, but they also provide tremendous skill set. But two other guys, Russell Westbrook, Jimmy Butler, they're also guys that exemplify that toughness. You know, two guys, when you look at those two, a lot of people didn't project him to be what they've become, and it's impressive to watch them take the floor night in and night out.
They've got Porter. Christian Wood is out there with Olynyk. And there's Gordon, and it's Wall in at the point guard. That's the 5 for Houston right now. And that one falls for John Wall. He hits both from the stripe. Nets leading by 8. Outside, KD to the middle. Here's Big Red. A great 1-2 punch. Beautiful pass and nasty jam.
Loving the energy right now here in the third quarter as they try to take control of this game.
They came out the locker room refreshed. I mean, they've been the stronger team since halftime, no doubt.
Now here's Wall. He's got 8. And Olynyk kicks to Wall. 5 on the clock. Over Irving. Wall's shot is off.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
And DeAndre Jordan throws it down.
And how about the vertical of Jordan? Easily rising up for the timely alley-oop slam.
Now here's Wall. And you can see his scoring totals. Those are some pretty good numbers. He's putting up close to 15 points a game on average. Let's take another look at the staunch defense during that mobile 1 block.
And guys, that's about as good a defensive play as you'll see. Instant reaction to get a hand to the shot.
So for the Nets, Griffin comes in for Jordan. And Dinwiddie subbed in for James Harden. Nets on defense. The 12-point lead, their biggest of the game. Pass to Wood. 6 on the shot clock. Houston needs to get a shot off. There's Gordon with the 3. Another miss by Houston.
And out of the gates here in this second half, they have not started well. 0 of 3. Just impressed with the teamwork out there, setting the table for one another.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Wall, no luck.
I don't know what they drew up at halftime, but it ain't working. 0 for 4 to start the half.
Here's Big Red. That drops. And it comes off an assist from Griffin. 12 points for Big Red.
Oh, great ball movement there.
And here's Gordon. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Porter in the corner. They get it again. Wood passes to Porter. Shoots over Dinwiddie. The jumper from the free throw line is good. Porter's got his second basket of the night. Nets leading by 14.
And over his 2 years at UNLV, Christian Wood shot just 26% from long range. So he's made a huge improvement in the NBA.
Timeout. Yeah, and it's become a key part of his offensive game, GA. He's put the work in behind the scenes. I mean, developing a skill set that's so much in demand.
Timeout called the Rockets. And Christian Wood, undrafted in 2015 out of UNLV. Wait a minute, that's your alma mater. Hey, talk about his game. What do you like about Christian Wood's game?
Well, first I'll start with he went to UNLV. He's long, he's lean. I think he really fits the modern NBA as a small ball center. Able to hold his own on the glass and space the floor.
Shaping up, guys. Well, let's take a moment here to check it out now that the mid-season grind is well underway. You look at the Rockets. Right now, they're down in the 9th spot. They haven't had the kind of success they had wanted to have at this point of the season.
And seeing where the Rockets are, they've shown me some very good things this season. But that next step, those qualities that could make them true contenders, just haven't been there.
Yeah, and I'm sure they're disappointed in that. I mean, they were hoping to take that next step.
And so here is Houston following the bucket by the Nets. Tate the pass to Wood. Nice D from Griffin.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
A nice shot by Irving.
Nice pass there to set that basket up.
Second half here. We're just over 3.5 minutes into it. Wall looking for an opening. Just 5 to shoot. And he gets it to go. He's got 9.
And that's what the pump fake's there for. Get your man off his feet and drive right around him.
The pass to KD. And the bucket is good. 3-point play chance here for him.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
The Nets shooting their 4th attempt at the free throw line right here. So for the Rockets, Daniel House has checked in for Christian Wood. And DJ Augustine subbed in for John Wall. And a switch here for Brooklyn. Claxton's checked in. Greg, you were a physical, defensive-minded player. What are your thoughts on how closely the game is called now as opposed to when you played?
It is, Kevin, and yeah, some people like the physicality of the era I played in, but you know, I like the beauty of the game with the spacing and the freedom of movement, and I think that's one reason why you see so much switching. It's hard to fight through screens without fouling, and ball handlers have become experts at drawing contact, even if it's, you know, incidental, and I think that's just an area where the game has changed so much that that ability to play in space is so vital.
Here's Augustine after the basket by Brooklyn. Defended by Durant. And Durant sends it back.
Durant has arms that just keep on going and going and going. You aren't going to be able to just get a shot by him.
And the Rockets making a change here. Bradley's checked in. And a change for the Nets. James Harden. He's checked in for Kyrie Irving. Clock at 4. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over.
And checking out numbers for Big Red. He's been dominant over the last month, averaging 15 points a game, 8 rebounds, and 3 assists. To have a scorer like him consistently deliver you points makes such a big difference for a team.
Yeah, it gives you something you really can rely on going into every game. And you can also work off of him to look to create for others.
Dinwiddie, no good from outside. Rockets trail by 21. 29 seconds left in the third quarter. Back to Augustine. And he hits it just before the shot clock expires.
Oh, you get it inside like this, you're going to get a high percentage shot almost every time.
And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
I mean, even from over here, you could see that one pretty clearly.
The Nets shooting their 5th and 6 free throws of the game.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The first free throw is good. And good on the second, so he makes them both. Now here's Bradley. No points in the game yet for him. Outside Porter. And that shot misses everything. Air ball on the three. And so it's Brooklyn, sitting on a 21-point lead to end the quarter. From the field, they have been outstanding. Amazing shooting. That's what has them headed to a blowout. And we've got more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way after this break. And a quick look now at the State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
Yeah, he put it on a platter, and it was served cold. Now, I love the poise, the decisiveness. This is how you run an offense.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first three quarters. So for Brooklyn now, we've got DeAndre Jordan. Durant is out there with Harden, and it's Dinwiddie in at the one spot. Porter kicks to Olynyk. The rebound by the Nets. Jordan's got 9 rebounds in the game, getting it done. Dinwiddie passes to Jordan, throws down the alley-oop slam.
And how sweet a play was that?
As sweet as it gets, an exquisite pass to set up the powerful alley-oop dunk. Now here's Gordon. All sorts of time. The offensive rebound.
He gets the playground jumper and can't make good on it. You don't get many chances easier than that.
And finished off by KD.
On the loose, Durant's been spectacular tonight, showing off the full arsenal.
A little over a minute of the fourth quarter gone right now. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Ball's knocked loose. Durant with the steal. And here we go. Dinwiddie heading to the hoop. Bradley with some nice D. Gordon against Durant. Fires from 14. And it's Gordon missing.
And the well is running dry for him right now. Nothing falling.
Yeah, he just hit a rough patch. He's trying to climb out of it, but he hasn't been successful.
Yeah, that was the third straight high percentage look the defense has allowed. The defenders have got to start putting bodies on bodies.
Now here's Gordon. To the paint. Kicks it out to Bradley. Shot clock at 5. And he banks in the layup. Bradley's got his first points of the night.
Oh, you see Bradley's toughness? Able to finish through the contact.
Now Harden. And he nails the jumper.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flames.
Oh, yeah, and that's what you love about him. He shows no mercy, even with a comfortable lead.
Here is House. James Harden picking up that last basket. Up top, Porter, guarded by Harden. Porter, no luck.
Well, they've been better than good on the glass today, and there is a glaring discrepancy between these two teams in that area.
Such a consistent night for him from the field. Whenever they've needed it, he's been their safety valve.
And so it's Houston with it. James Harden picking up that last basket. Gordon, and then Gordon with the dunk.
And one step ahead of the defense with that solid screen.
And then, Greg, the monster dunk to finish it off.
Well, come on, guys. Someone has to rotate over. Defensively, that's just poor communication.
Olynyk with the steal. It's Bradley on the wing. Dinwiddie covering. Harden against Gordon. Dishes it to House. And here's Olynyk from the arc. The rebound by the Nets. Claxton's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Here is Harden. Outside, KD. Pass to Claxton. Nets passing it around. 6 to shoot. Down low. And the jam by Kevin Durant.
Getting to the rim and dunking it down. That's the aggressive side of Durant.
For Houston, they've gone 2 of 7 from the field in what's been a cold start to the fourth quarter for them. 1:46 left in the fourth quarter. From 10 feet out, and the basket by Gordon. Gordon's got 4 points this quarter.
Fearlessness. Gordon using his strength to get off a good quality look inside.
Gordon with it. Passes to Durant. Good. It's Harden with the assist that time. Durant's got 15 points here in the second half.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for the Nets.
It was a standout performance across the board.
I mean, it was like watching a cat play with a mouse. They were able to do more or less whatever they wanted.
And so taking a look at their season record, this will be win number 31 on the year.
And with this win, it gives them a sweep of the season series, even though it's just a brief 2-gamer.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for KD.
Every time he shot it, it seemed like it was going to drop in. And if it didn't, everyone was surprised.
Now, here is Harden, following the miss by DeAndre Jordan. Just 5 to shoot, and Durant gets double-teamed. Harden, no good.
That's exactly how you have to defend him. He's a guy that the D needs to be aware of at all times.
It's good from Gordon on the assist by Bradley.
Oh, nice look by Bradley, moving it to the open man.
And here are the Nets. They've given up just 8 points in the fourth quarter. Here now is Dinwiddie. And so it's Brooklyn easily grabbing this one. This crowd was stunned by the manner in which their team was dismantled.
You know what? Shocking. I don't care what the matchup is. You never expect a road team to come in and just cruise to the kind of win they did tonight.
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much, Kyrie. Nice win tonight. What was your thought process coming into the game?
You know, I was just going out there trying to compete on every play, trying to play as much defense as possible. You know, just sticking to our game plan. We had a game plan going in and we executed.
Got it done at both ends of the floor, Kyrie. Thanks very much. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. And that about wraps it up. For Chris Webber, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thank you for being with us. We'll see you next time.